Hello. I have a lot of things I'd like to say about health freedoms, and it's the one thing that really motivates me. And there's a reason why I'm positioning myself to really come forward with promoting informed consent. My name is Nelda McEwen, and this is my weekly review, which I call food for thought because I don't really like to tell other people what to think or what to do. I don't think that's fair. But what I do believe in is your sovereignty, your right to choose, your 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 right to live your life in a way that is right for you, that it doesn't harm anybody. So when anybody suggests that I get a flu shot that is supposed to be good for me, I have to say, it's coming up kind of 10% to 37% effective. Nobody could sell me a condom that was 10% effective and I would buy into it. And nobody could tell me, you know what, that's better than nothing. It's like, well, but this has risk. So when people are not informed enough about the risk of a medical treatment, and the virtues are far are extolled in a way that isn't really realistic, I really encourage people to do their own research about things. Being afraid isn't a really great reason to do something that's life-changing, and vaccines certainly are. Other medical treatments are too, so it just takes a bit of a brain cell on it. I think you have the right to ask those questions. When someone suggests that my Twinkie-eating, chain-smoking neighbor would do better if I were to get a flu shot, I just kind of think, okay, now listen. Our health has a lot to do with how we position ourselves personally and how we live our lives and how we look after ourselves if we've got good care. And the idea that we're kind of a herd thing. As I jumped out of the herd probably in 1984, and I haven't done a medication since. I haven't done a vaccine since. I haven't done any of the over-the-counters. I haven't done over-the-counter pain medication. I just haven't needed to because I found other resources that worked much better and had much lower risk. So really what it comes down to is the benefit versus risk ratio and where you sit with it. So how did I come to this? I came to this because my daughter was chronically ill and I wasn't getting answers to my questions. I was offered more treatments, so she was living on antibiotics practically, and she was diagnosed. First, she had chronic ear infections, then she had chronic eczema that was like secondary burns. She was allergic to everything. She was never well. Her little light started to go out, and I began to ask very pressing questions. And as I did more and more research, and at that time it was books because it was before internet, and it was Dr. Lendon Smith's How to Feed Your Kids Right and Dr. Mendelssohn's How to Be Well in Spite of Your Doctor, and it just got me asking better questions. And I realized that the conventional care that I was being offered didn't have answers to those questions. So I started looking further, and that brought me into the world of alternative health and holistic health. And I've kind of been there ever since. I really promote looking for less risky ways of handling sort of common everyday infections, how to prepare your health, how to position yourself so that you're not loaded with chronic illness with one more thing that's the straw that breaks the camel's back, to really have a proactive health care plan in place so that you don't get stuck between a rock and a hard place. And many people think that they're fine until something happens. It's like illness is not a piano that falls from the sky. It's a steady buildup of just the body can't take one more thing. So any infection will really lay you low if you've got a mountain of unresolved issues underneath. So I really like the proactive version. So that's my story, and that's today, and thank you so much.